All right, well, on the back of those comments by the IFP spokesperson, we were hoping to be joined by the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Nomusa Dube-Ncube. Well, her office has just issued a sincere apology. They're saying that she is unable to join us at this time because she is held up in a meeting, and she is hoping that she can reschedule for another time. So we thought we would bring that to you. All right, let's stay with the political matters. An ANC task team is locked in meetings to find solutions to turbulence among coalition partners in the metros, which is affecting service delivery. Some members of the National Executive Committee have been deployed to the volatile metros such as eThekwini, Ekurhuleni and Johannesburg to address these problems. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo has this report.
The ANC's coalition partnerships across major metros in the country are in a crisis. They are failing to deliver basic services and in some instances embroiled in power struggles with ordinary citizens bearing the brunt. Cognizant of the possible electoral fallout that might befall it, Chairperson of the Local Government Intervention Subcommittee in the ANC's National Executive Committee, Park Stau, explained some of the interventions his party is considering.
There are contradictions that happen inside government that are necessarily caused by the coalition. So it's something that we're worried about, but we are intervening in that regard. The National Executive Committee has established a coalition task team, so there's a committee chaired by the Secretary General that's focusing on coalitions. It continuously receives reports. I know there was a meeting last week with Gauteng, the leadership of Gauteng, to engage us of matters related to coalitions, in particular in Gauteng. So we are taking a direct interest on these matters, and those discussions are ongoing with the Gauteng province, but also with other provinces.
For it to now give particular attention to the plight at the local government level, the governing party's hands appears to have been forced after some suburbs in the Johannesburg metro were left without running water for weeks. In Ekurhuleni, the city recently failed to get a clean audit for the first time in 3 years. Attempts to remove the underperforming metro's mayor through a motion of no confidence were marred by scenes of violence. In KwaZulu-Natal, eThekwini Metro has been left in a state of decay, with the current municipal workers' strike having left rubbish uncollected for weeks. The water challenges in the metro that were exacerbated by the recent floods have remained a challenge, with some communities left without water for months now.
We have colleagues, comrades who are members of the MEC that have gone to KZN today, and we've been doing it throughout the country, engaging with the municipalities, identifying where the bottlenecks are, what the challenges are, and how we respond to them.
Member of the Subcommittee on Local Government, David Mahlobo, who is also the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, explained what the government was doing to try and avert the water crisis.
There's a legislation already in Parliament. In the review of the legislation, our Water Services Act, so that we don't need any other thing. You don't discharge your responsibility. That's the reform that we're actually proposing. We come in, Ekurhuleni, they volunteered to help them. Currently, the problem of sewer in those communities is being addressed. They volunteered. We impose Section 63. You go to Emma Chabeng in Velcom, they volunteered. It works when there is a goodwill.
Despite its coalition partnership, particularly with the EFF, reaching a point where service delivery is affected, and the ANC's own President Cyril Ramaphosa last week saying it's not working out, the governing party seems unwilling to cut ties and risk possibly losing power in these key metros. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Juniour Khumalo at Luthuli House in Johannesburg.